Welcome, everyone. Again? Yeah, again.
Again.
If you're hearing this, then you know that this is part 2 of an episode. We've never done this before. Have a part 2 to an episode. So this would be the news section because we just gave you our intro and what we played, and we answered some questions.
If you didn't listen to that one is available on the feed as a separate podcast. It's the same episode number, just cut in half so that it's not as daunting, you know?
Yes.
We got a lot to catch up with this week. We have stuff from last week that we didn't cover since we took that little bitty break. And now we're back this week, so we got to catch up on some stuff. And then there was a lot of stuff that happened this week already, including the Nintendo Direct, which I'm sure you have thoughts about. I have some. They're very few though.
That statement, some but very few, is the whole overall theme of the Nintendo Direct.
Podcast title, some but very few, the news section.
There we go.
There. All right, so I guess there's nothing left to do but hit them with the news intro.
Let's get to the news. Welcome to the news. Very important news documents.
Yes.
Right.
Starting the news this week.
Yes. And he's Chris, and this is SB4Q News.
Or something.
Something.
Yeah. So first up in the news that we missed from last week, Naughty Dog co-president Neil Druckmann says that the studio has moved on from the Uncharted series and could do the same with Last of Us should it decide not to proceed with a third mainline series entry, which I believe we have another story later on that might update that story right there.
And for the record, I don't think they're done with Uncharted. I just don't think they might not be called Uncharted, or they might have Nathan Drake, but I feel like they'll continue.
I could see them like doing the franchise still, but I think Nathan Drake himself is definitely
over.
Done after the last one. That was like one of the only ones I actually played. I don't know if you remember the story, but I got the PS4 with the Uncharted, like the bundle, and the guy lied to me and told me that I could return that game, and I bring it back, and he's like, I can't take it. It says not for resale on it. There's no barcode, and I'm like, but you told me.
You're the guy.
You lied to make a sale.
Right to my face.
Right to my fucking face, and my little fucking face believed it. So it's fine, but yeah, I mean, I'd be fine with Uncharted never having another game personally. Last of Us, similar, but it's very interesting where it could go.
Yeah, I think Last of Us is doing too well on TV and the game for them. I feel like if they didn't plan on it, I bet you Sony is pressuring them, hey, y'all want to make another Last of Us?
Yeah.
Now,
especially with how hyped the show is so far.
Right.
I could see them being like, yeah, we were going to end on 2, but we already got greenlit for season 2 of the HBO Max series. So we're going to need you to pump out a game real quick so that we can do season 3 very soon as well.
We're breaking records. We got to keep this going.
Honestly, thinking about it out loud, this could, in theory, be the first time that the TV series catches up with and maybe even tries to do its own thing after. Yeah. Like, they could do season 2 and it's all of game 2, or maybe a part of it. Season 3 could be the other part of game 2, or it could just be a continuation of where the game left off.
True.
Because of how quick they're going to want to put this shit out for sure. True. But
and then it's going to be reversed, and the game's going to be an adaptation of the show.
That's crazy. If that happened, holy shit.
That happened. That? Remember, you saw it here on SB4Q News.
Now, cutting to Cucumber with a hat in a Denny's parking lot.
Important stuff. Let's see it.
And we're back. Thank you. Riveting stuff.
I don't know
there.
how we could have gone on out that information, and
yeah,
God bless that cucumber.
God bless him. Next up in the news.
Well, we just said it, but Last of Us has been renewed for season 2.
Sorry, I was reading the teleprompter too fast.
It's all good. Let's see, where can we go? Season 2 stuff. Neil Druckmann confirms that Last of Us season 2 will be adapted from the game part 2. So
yes,
we also just kind of said that.
I am curious how that will work, because they gotta keep Bella Ramsey, obviously, right? But Ellie is very much older by the second part. So is this going to be a recasting situation? A waiting until she's around that age so it makes sense situation? Or is it going to be entirely new story like we've seen with the show so far?
I could see. I don't think they'll change it. I think they'll still want this Ellie to be there. So all right, and I'll come back at you with a different question. Do you think we get Last of Us 2 season 2 immediately, like next year? Or do they skip a year?
No. I think they'll skip a year or two, but I don't think that's enough time for Bella Ramsey to be of like the age where a lot of the stuff in the story that happens in part 2 would be not necessarily okay, but like it wouldn't make as much sense, if that makes, with some of the stuff that happens.
Yeah, I get it.
I don't want to spoil 2 because a lot of people are still not finished that yet, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see. Maybe they could do like an aging thing, kind of like how they do the reverse aging with like, Star Wars movies and stuff. But
I mean,
yeah, man,
I can
pretty cool
see
though.
them keeping her, depending. I think it would. It's one of those things where it's gonna have to happen so we can see. But
yeah,
she's such a good actor that I don't know. I feel like they could pull it off.
100%. Yeah. Next up in the news, the PlayStation free games for the premium, extra, and all that jazz essential that are coming to your consoles this month of February are Ali Ali World, Mafia, the Definitive Edition, Evil Dead, the game, and then Destiny 2, but specifically the Beyond Light DLC, because I'm pretty sure Destiny 2 is like a free service now. I think. I could be wrong.
Pretty sure, isn't it? I thought it was.
I think so. I that's the thing. I think it is if you get it through the Epic Games Store.
Mm-hmm.
Don't quote me on this. We don't have the sources to support that on SB4Q news. But if it wasn't free, the whole game is probably going to be included then in theory with that. So cool, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look out for that stuff. Next up, according to IGN report, Xbox, Nintendo, and Sony won't be a part of E3 2023 or have a presence on the Los Angeles Convention Center show floor. Now, with that being said,
exclusively third party.
It would have to be. So it's going to be a Square Enix, Ubisoft, EA, etc. show.
Yeah.
At that point, indies.
I mean, it's not bad, but it's not.
It's not bad, but the heavy hit, you completely remove the tent poles of E3.
Yeah. Now you're just, what's the thing that they used to do at gym class? The parachute. There's no tent poles anymore, so now you're just a parachute.
Just falling down.
Yeah. You got balls in the middle of you that you're launching to the ceiling, but you're never gonna reach the stars with a parachute. You need the poles.
That was fucking poetry. You know?
Sure, bars
all day. I think, I don't know. So with that being said, I know last year, even though Xbox was part of E3, they had their own event like across the street from E3 or something like that. I think that you think we're just gonna get like a direct and then an Xbox presentation and then a Sony one all around the same time? Because I remember Sony skipped E3 last 2 years and they had their own thing like in like September or something like that.
Yeah. They could definitely skip out on it. I don't know if they'll do like an in-person thing, you know, like across the street type shit again. But I don't know. They definitely don't need to be at E3 anymore, which is kind of sad to say.
Yeah.
But it makes more sense money-wise. Like, I get it. Like, it's so much easier to make a really highly produced video that you say is live that's not really live. Like, you're just like letting a premiere happen practically. So like they're not responding to your chats or anything. And it saves so much fucking money doing that compared to hiring a bunch of staff, hiring people to put up your booth, take down your booth, then also work at the booth and explain like everything that's going on. If there's games being tested and shit, like that's annoying, putting that line together and shit. And that's just so much money you're paying just to show off games that you could do by doing a live stream and saying, this is a demo that's coming out today that everyone can play instead of just the 7 people at this con. So it's smart, but it's also sad.
I just had another thought. I think with this happening, I think Keely's a new E3, because you're still going to get Summer Games Fest.
Summer Games Fest and the Game Awards. He does mini events too every once in a while. Like not like anything that's huge, but you know. Because
what if Keely announces his Summer Games Fest and he's like, we got Xbox here, we got Nintendo showing stuff. At that point, I'm like, oh, Keely, I'd have to like, you did it. You've become Mr. World Premiere at that point.
Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide Premiere.
Dale. It's the one impression that I hate that I can do surprisingly okay. I'm just like, what? Like, people can do Christopher Walken and shit, and I can do fucking Pitbull. Like, fuck me.
It'll come in handy at some point. It's like a good party impression.
He laughs like he's like in pain. He's like almost coughing. Dale.
Matt, you can do that too.
Mr. Worldwide.
It's so random. We got Pitbull here, and he just lip syncs his whole performance, but you're backstage just literally performing his music.
Listen, man, you gotta have what was it called? A shadow writer or a
ghost writer?
Ghost writer, but it's a ghost voice. That's what it is. Ghost voice. Patenting. It's my business plan and my business model from now on. Next up, I do not know what this is, but it looks like it's Power Wash Simulator 2. Or
I did not know what this was either.
The only reason I don't know what it is because the tweet itself is in Japanese and I did not translate it. But once I went to Twitter and now just translated at this moment, instant translation on Save Before Quitting News. The second free DLC is a collaboration with Final Fantasy VII. In the collaboration DLC, Midgar Special Request with Final Fantasy VII, you'll be given a mission to polish familiar places and enemies such as the Seventh Heaven and Guard Scorpion. Please wait for future information about the delivery time. That's hilarious. Pretty fucking neat.
That's the team up you didn't see coming right there.
It's very true. Speaking of a team up.
Speaking of a team up, not necessarily video game news, but nice. News nonetheless. Bad Boys 4 has been announced with Will Smith and Martin Lawrence returning, along with director Adil El Arbi. Did I say his name right? And Bilal Fallah.
That one was easier.
That one was much easier. So Bad Boys 4 is coming. So word.
I feel like that movie, it's just going to be Will Smith doing stuff. It's like Martin Lawrence, he don't do anything anymore, man. Like,
yeah, he's up there. Like, they're
he's
both
not
up there.
Physically fit either. No offense to Martin Lawrence, but you know, even in the last Bad Boys where they were like older, like he wasn't Martin Lawrence or Martin running around, you know?
No, he wasn't.
But like Will is still like putting down dogs in bathtubs every fucking week, you know?
True.
So I'm curious to see how they do this, because it'd be interesting if it was like Martin Lawrence couldn't do anything. You know
but I
mean?
think
like
that's the point, though.
Old.
That was like the funny thing, because Will was trying to be all active, and Martin's like, "Nah, man, I'm done."
True.
He was saying that since 2.
I don't think I remember the ending of the last one where they are older.
They
So I
find
don't
his
know.
son, Will's son.
Mm.
I didn't really like 3 was fine, but I think that's the weakest Bad Boys movie.
I mean, it was definitely one of those, hey, we're making sequels to everything now, sequels. Like, they did Dumb and Dumber as well. And that was bad. That, like, was like, bruh, you should have just stuck with the one prequel y'all did.
Yeah.
You know? But, there was a little bit of a coverage trailer put out as well for Resident Evil 4 Remake. I didn't watch this myself.
It looks amazing. And like it's one of those games where I was like, we already need a remaster of this, but it looks so good. Like down to the details. It moves so fluid, obviously, because it's on next gen consoles.
Yeah.
But it's probably the best looking Resident Evil game I've seen, period.
Yeah, I'm watching this right now, and this is very intriguing. I kind of want to play this now.
Yeah, I feel like we got to do this, bitch made.
Yeah, 100%. We got to get back to Resident Evil 8, or to be fair as well.
True that.
Finish that legitimately. Like we said we were going to do.
I know.
If we don't finish this game...
It'll be the game that just follows us our whole podcast career.
Oh my god, that'd be so fucking hilarious. I would die laughing.
Future Resident Evils come out.
Oh man. But yeah, so Resident Evil 4 hot on the presses and making its way out. Go check out that trailer and enjoy that because it looks good. And that's coming soon, but we don't know when. But something we do know is coming soon, but not as soon as we thought is what?
Star Wars Jedi Survivor has been delayed to April 28th. Not a big delay, but a delay nonetheless.
Not a big delay, but I will have birthday money.
True.
So that's good.
Just tell somebody to pre-order it for you.
Yeah, but like, nah. I'll just get it myself. I don't like people getting me stuff like that. But like, I like people to get me stuff that's unexpected. If that makes sense. Like, I like unexpected gifts as opposed to, do you want that? Cool. Here, fuck you. You know what I mean?
I mean, ask somebody who you wouldn't mind that reaction from. Like, get that from your mom.
But she would buy the wrong thing. She'd get it for me on Xbox or some shit. She'd buy me the Nintendo Switch copy.
A piece of paper like, here, you can't fail. Just read this to the cashier.
Write it on a fucking blank envelope like they used to do back in the day when we would get home. Make sure you take the chicken out of the fridge.
Yeah. Make sure you reserve the Star Wars from the nice man, okay?
God damn it. But yeah, I'm sad about it. But they did show some gameplay recently, which we'll talk about, I believe, a little bit later on as well.
Yeah.
But it looks good.
It does. So you know I was hyped when he jumped and he had a grappling hook. I was like, well.
Hell yeah.
There that goes.
Next up, some sad news. Respawn has made the decision to sunset Apex Legends Mobile. Now the term sunset is going to be said a lot in the next couple minutes or so.
Yeah.
So that pretty much just means it's going to be shut down entirely. Like the sun is setting and guess what? It's not coming back up again.
At all. It's nighttime forever.
Oh yeah. They did release a statement saying we have made the painful decision to sunset Apex Legends Mobile. This decision does not come with ease. Factors beyond our control have prevented us from maintaining the high-quality experience and content that our players deserve. As a result, the game will sunset on May 1st, 2023 at 4 p.m. Pacific D time. I don't know what that means.
D time? Wait,
it's on. PDT. Pacific's
Pacific
Doritos tacos.
Pacific Dorito time.
Tacos.
Pacific Dorito tacos.
After which it will be no longer playable.
Dick torture.
That one took me back for a second.
Anything random. Cut. Go.
Let's cut to little Timmy, our weatherman in the well, to see what the weather's like
on the scene.
Hi guys. Hello. Yeah, I've been down here for about 12 hours. It's kind of wet down here. I guess it rained. I just really need some help. It's kind of nice out now, I guess. But I could really use some help, guys. Please help me, please.
It is nice out, Timmy. Thank you.
Wild, wacky stuff, Timmy.
Yeah, we'll send the dog from Hickman to get you out of that well.
Need that dog.
But finishing off this statement, our gratitude to our players and teams for joining us on Apex Legends Mobile, even for a short while, is unending. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you. That's sad because the mobile game was good. So, they had a third partying is what would happen in that game a lot. They had a third person perspective mode in the mobile version that I really liked playing, and I really wish that they brought to the main game, and would probably get me to re-download the main game, to be honest. They also had a hero in that game that is not in the main game. It was like a mobile exclusive character. So that character is just gone now. And
Damn.
I don't know if they'll bring it to the console game. I haven't seen anything about that, but I also haven't really been paying attention to Apex news as much lately because I just don't play it anymore.
Right.
So it is sad, but the sun has set on it, and it is setting on a couple more things, including the next one.
Another sunsetting. Rumbleverse, from their official Twitter account, has said, "We have an important announcement to share. On February 28th, 2023, Rumbleverse servers will go offline. Players who have made any purchases since launch will be eligible for a refund. We thank you so much for playing. Please see the full details on our blog."
That game came and went.
It did.
Like, we got beta access, had maybe 1 or 2 games that we played, and then we just never played it when it came out.
Yeah.
And now it's gone. Again,
Now it's gone.
another one. Well, I mean, not yet, but,
20. We got
yeah.
some time.
That's crazy, man. There's a cool concept of the battle royale wrestling stuff, so
Yeah.
it was neat, but I could definitely see where the appeal goes away after a little bit from it. Speaking of the appeal going away from it, yesterday EA and Respawn quietly canceled a single-player game in the Apex and Titanfall universe, according to 3 people that are familiar. EA will try to find new positions for the 50 people who are on the team, but will lay off those who can't be placed otherwise in the company. Which, this is bullshit. This is from Jason Schreier over on Twitter. The fact that it was a single player game in the Titanfall universe, I don't think it was Titanfall 3, but it was.
They said it was
Titanfall.
in addition to Apex, and it was going to have like deathmatch modes, because they're bringing deathmatch to Apex now. But initially, it was going to be under this Titanfall addition to the game. It was going to be called Titanfall Legends. So Titanfall Legends, Apex Legends. I think they just axed the Titanfall thing, and they're just adding some of those elements to Apex Legends now. I read
sense.
further into it.
Yeah. It's still one of those things where it's like, they gotta know that people want Titanfall 3 more than anything else, right? Like, I feel like we always end up coming back to this no matter what fucking happens. But like, Respawn really needs to make Titanfall 3. And like, I get Apex is a live service game and you want to make sure that that's going on and all that bullshit. But like, get a fucking team together and make 3, bitch. Like, what the fuck?
I feel like it has to be made, right? They have to make that at some point.
It's very reminiscent of the whole Half-Life 3 confirmed thing to me.
Yeah.
Where like Titanfall, for me at least, is becoming that. But I don't know, man. Such a game. I want to play it again now. Fuck.
Agreed.
I can literally like knock that campaign out like this weekend in like 6 hours, and I might do that now.
It'll still be amazing.
Yeah, I will fucking weep again. What else is after that? Next up.
PlayStation Plus collections. PlayStation Plus collection can't be claimed after May 9th. This comes from Video Games 4 News on Instagram. Sony has confirmed that the PlayStation Plus collection will be discontinued in May, bringing an end to the library of games that were offered as an extra. At the end of that gets cut off, but you get the point.
An extra addition to the
yeah.
The list is pretty big.
Batman Arkham Knight, Battlefield 1, Bloodborne, Call of Duty Black Ops 3, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, Days Gone, Detroit Become Human, Fallout 4, Final Fantasy 15 Royal Edition, God of War, Infamous Second Son, Monster Hunter World, Mortal Kombat X, Ratchet and Clank, The Last Guardian, The Last of Us Remastered, Resident Evil 7, Biohazard, Uncharted 4, Thief's End, and Until Dawn. Any games that you do redeem between now and May 9th will be yours to keep as long as you have an up-to-date PS Plus subscription. So if you want them,
go
get them before May.
Yeah. Just go add them to your library. You don't have to download them or anything, but make sure you add them to your library. I'm gonna go do that because I've always wanted to play Last Guardian, and I never did. Even though I'm not a puzzle platformer guy, and I think that's kind of what it is, a little bit more so.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, so I've never played it, and I want to, so I'm gonna go grab that. Also, I didn't realize that Infamous Second Son was a part of that, and I'm gonna go get that.
I think I had that one.
I played the first Infamous recently, like in the past 3 months or so, from the streaming thing where you can stream the games, and it was rough. Remaster, really? Please and thank you. It was hard to get through. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, Jesus Christ. I want to throw a PS3 out a window right now.
Knock somebody out, the big one.
Honestly. But speaking of PlayStation, the PS5 beta is now introducing the Discord voice chat. Finally, after Sony has made that collaboration. Xbox did it first. Somehow.
Yeah, somehow. They pulled that off.
Don't know. But the beta introduced the Discord voice chat, VRR support for 1440p and more. It also includes a wireless option to update the DualSense controllers, game capture using voice commands, game library filters, easier access to PS4 save files on your PS5, and more. So, pretty cool. They did announce it with a little video that they posted as well. I'm curious to see how this is going to work, just because in theory I've been playing a lot of my games on PC as of late for stream and stuff, and that's always been an issue with some people that don't have a PC when we're in Discord, and it sucks because they have to put a headphone in one ear and then put the headphones over top with the earbud in there, and that's just annoying. But with this, they should be able to join our Discords and our calls from the console, and that will be so nice. Yes. So nice. To be fair, it is on PS5 and not PS4 that's happening, so the person that it does happen to the most might need to get a PS5 soon.
Hint, hint.
Now that they're more available.
Go get your damn PS5.
Yes. But yeah, that's pretty cool, and I'm excited for it.
But you know what's not exciting?
Yet another
sunsetting. Knockout City Season 9 will be the game's final season. Valan Studios, it's sunsetting the game on June 6th, 2023, and the game will no longer be playable.
Now this sucks, because I liked this compared to Rumbleverse.
You were good at this fucking game.
This game was fun. Ryan and I would go at it for hours when we used to play a lot of it. But it was one of those things where it doesn't have lasting pull you back to it, at least for me. It's very simplistic what you're doing most of the time compared to other games that are you keep coming back to. It's the same thing every single time too. So
right.
They also just released that DLC that was all the Ninja Turtles last year at some point. That was pretty weird because it was $20 for all of the turtles. I was like, why the fuck would you spend $20 just for 4 of the same thing but with different color headbands? That's so stupid. But they're sunsetting it, so it makes sense why it didn't work, I guess.
True that.
But other than that, The VGC news posted on Twitter, the coalition has reportedly shifted its full attention into the next entry in the Gears of War series after 2 other titles in development at Xbox Studio were canceled. I've never played a Gears.
And sunsetted everywhere. Gears is a good time. I think you would enjoy it. We should just play it together.
Yeah. Is it co-op or just like play the story and like Game Grunts style, like one person just plays it?
You play co-op.
Oh shit. I did not know.
It's a good time.
Hell yeah.
Definitely a good time. Next up, which I guess is our top story tonight. Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah.
Has been released and is praised across the board at almost every video game outlet. It has 9s, 9.5s, 10s out of 10s all over the place.
I think what was the lowest score? The lowest score is a 9, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
On this list anyway. I don't know anybody that gave it less than that.
Mm-hmm.
Like
yeah.
It scored like it's a AAA classic.
So we had a conversation about this in the Discord, which was pretty nice, and it was nice because it was civil, and I appreciate everybody in the chat for that as well.
Yeah.
Because the main discussion about this game, a lot of people wanted to boycott it entirely because if you do not know, I don't know how, but the author of the Harry Potter series, J.K. Rowling, is a very like annoying piece of shit.
Oh, very.
And I'm going to say this, it's going to get bleeped because it's the news. Cunt. Unless we don't have it in our budget. Maybe it didn't beep. But and she is very anti-trans and like is trying to get like laws passed against it and shit. And
she sucks.
She was quoted saying that if you buy Harry Potter merchandise, you support TERF ideals, which that is an acronym for like the anti-trans stuff. I do not know the acronym too well personally off the top of my head, but yeah. So it's a weird discussion. What are your thoughts on it? Because you mentioned in the Discord that you think that people might not agree with your thoughts, and I'm curious what your thoughts are.
Well, once you re-explain your side, it's kind of similar.
Okay.
I think people should play what they want to play. When it comes to video games, like, okay, I could see like an artist, like a musical artist, right? They wouldn't
specific,
huh?
No, nobody in particular.
Fucking, you could say like R. Kelly if you want to.
I was gonna say Kanye.
Well, him too.
This topical.
But that I get more so. I get this too, but more so than because they went in there, they wrote the music. So they say they wrote the music.
That's for a different podcast, man.
Yeah, it is. I know. That's why I just was like, let me just get up that.
But I digress.
I gotta revive that. They went in there. It's more personal. They did it. It's their thoughts. It's them.
It's a smaller team working on it too. Like there are other people that do not have the same.
Anybody also involved? They either contracted or paid for those services, or a label pushed it. Yeah. With this game, there's a million workers, all these people at EA who made it, who have jobs and families, who are upstanding people who bust their ass to get this out, probably under, even if it was minimal crunch or overtime, to get this critically acclaimed, apparently, game out. People are like, I don't want to put money in her pockets, but like, she's like you said, she's already stupid rich. Like it's like you not buying it is not hurting her. I think there's other ways we can go to hurt her, or at least get your point out to her. But
I think that the thing that really like cements it as, I feel like people should buy it and then change what she says. Like, you know, like the fucking world of Harry Potter has, and I said it a shit ton in the Discord. If you're not a part of the Discord, what the fuck are you doing? Down there, links. But there's the world of Harry Potter doesn't belong to her anymore. as of this point. Like, it became such a phenomenon that it took on its own life, and it's more than just the person that wrote it now.
Right.
And while she owns the rights, she doesn't own the franchise. Like, the fans are always going to own it because of how big it's gotten as at this point. That being said, she will die a billionaire no matter what happens. She could literally tomorrow pull a full on Kanye and say some fucked up shit even more than she already has, and still have her pockets lined with hundreds and wipe with fives and tens, or I don't know how it works.
It's very true.
So that's like the thing. When it comes to the game itself, personally, I don't think it like looks amazing. When it comes to, you know, like, I've seen a couple clips of stuff. Like, the conversations are weird to me because the characters aren't making eye contact with each other. Like, their line of sight isn't accurate.
Yeah.
Like, you'll have like your character on the left side of the screen, and like he'll be looking almost kind of off towards the camera.
They have like dead eyes.
Yeah, and they're not looking towards the direction of the character that they should be talking to, which is weird for me, just because like that's how my brain thinks, is like you need to have your eye line to know where you need to be looking and whatnot. They do it in Marvel movies all the time with like those giant heads of the Hulk on top of Mark Ruffalo's shoulder and shit. So it doesn't look like they're doing that, at least from the clips I've seen. But like the reviews are saying that it's fucking amazing.
Yeah, it now, admittedly, I'm not a huge Harry Potter guy.
Yeah.
So maybe that could be where my opinion's coming from, because I'm not like invested.
Yeah.
So it's not making me want to run and get it. The scores are making me like at least curious. Like, or at least all in all, this will be a good video game. As far as everything else, I'm not saying, I obviously don't support J.K. Rowling whatsoever.
Oh yeah, not in the least bit.
What I will say though is, if you are interested in it, I don't think you should feel guilty about playing it, especially if you grew up. You can play this absent of how you feel about J.K. Rowling, to me. Also, people who are trying to make other people feel shitty for playing it suck. That's
the secondary part of this. Things that I didn't know were happening, which I actually found out from the person who was telling me the rich will only get richer thing. She's gonna die a billionaire. Apparently there's people like going on like Twitter and like intentionally spoiling the game, like so that people don't want to play it anymore. So they'll literally go beat the game, film the whole entire ending, and then just show it off or just type out what happens at the ending. So nobody's gonna go buy it because the ending's out there. Why would you do that if you already know? And then another thing that's happening, which I saw briefly on Twitch, is that people are using bots to go to channels that are streaming Hogwarts Legacy on Twitch and like sending them hate raids, which is a bunch of bots that say horrible shit in your chat. Yeah. And it just like floods you insanely. And that's fucking abysmal.
Did you see, it was on Twitter, this girl was playing it on Twitter, and they just hated on her so hard, like she ended up like crying and then just shutting down her gameplay video.
It's insane.
And honestly, certain people, they may not be aware, like especially if it's a younger person, they might just like Harry Potter. They might not be aware of J.K. Rowling and what she said or did at all.
A lot of people don't pay attention, and here's the thing. Should you pay attention to the type of shit? Yes, obviously, just, so that you're informed. But like, you gotta try to inform people of the shit and like lead with some sort of love instead of hate. Because here's the thing, if you lead with love, then it's like, hey, just so you know, this is a thing and it's bad. And then if they're like, howdy doody to you in chat down there, I agree with the shit that she says, how about you, then you can go to the bad part. You can do some sort of like fuck you or whatever if you want, and that makes you feel better on Twitter. But if you were trying to teach someone something from a place of caring as opposed to fuck you, your Twitch is getting taken down,
Exactly.
the frogs are gay or some shit, whatever that guy's Alex Jones. But yeah, it's going a bit extreme to say the least. But personally, I have decided to pick it up this Friday, I think. So probably gonna play that on stream.
Hope they don't come attack you, Chris.
I know, right? There's a thing that you can set up to like put your chat in sub only mode and delete your chat, and you can clip the VOD where it happens and like go and take everything out if you want.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna set that up most likely if I remember. Not, let's go.
Yeah, let's do this thing.
All the engagement telling me to kill myself. It's not just the Overwatch team chat anymore where switch off of Widow, kill yourself. Hey, but speaking of that, Overwatch 3, season 3, not Overwatch. Overwatch 2 season 3 had just started today.
There you go.
The 8th. The battle pass came out. A lot of really cool skins in there. Nothing amazing, but cool. Some of the things that are announced for this season, there is a new starter pack that you can get that comes with a skin practically for free if you're buying the battle pass. You should buy this because you get 1,000 coins, and then you can use those coins to get the battle pass. So you're technically getting this Mercy skin for free by getting that. So do that. Other than that, the battle pass has some really cool skins like a Beekeeper Sigma. It comes with coins now. The coins aren't going to be able to be used on next season's battle pass like how Fortnite does with V-Bucks, and it's just in the battle pass as you level it up.
Yeah.
But you can use those coins to spend on skins that are previously from like Overwatch 1 and shit that you haven't unlocked yet, instead of buying more Overwatch coin.
Got you.
There's a new Twitch drop that's currently out right now. It's a skin that a lot of people already have the skin, but they're doing it where every month they'll have a new skin from back in the day where they're gonna go watch a Twitch streamer and you get it for free. It's a really cool one. New bundles that they're announcing in the shop. I never plan on spending money on this game unless it's battle pass personally, so that's just me. And then Valentine's Day event. There's going to be a dating sim game inside of Overwatch called Loverwatch. Love Never Dies. So look out for that February 13th.
I know you'll be all over that.
Yeah, and just such a love. I love love.
You're a love bug. Oh,
I get cringe. And since there is that Loverwatch thing happening, there's a limited time event featuring a new Hanzo skin. He's the bow and arrow guy, if you didn't know, and he's going to be Cupid in the skin, so it makes sense with the bow and arrow. So yeah, and it's been fun so far. I'll talk more about my thoughts on season 3 next week's podcast of what I played this week. But so far it's been okay.
Sounds amazing.
Hell yeah.
Next up, first of all, we gotta shout out Pedro Pascal doing the Mario Kart SNL sketch.
Hell yeah. That sketch was so good. The 3D animation in it that was done by Mike Diva. If you don't know who he is, he's on Instagram. Go check him out. He's great. He did that all in a week.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't
all
know
that shit.
That.
Well, I mean, it's SNL. They got to do it,
Yeah, true.
In a week,
true.
week by week basis, and he
Yeah.
fucking killed it. Pedro killed it in this. So fucking good.
Go watch that, please.
Yeah,
Take the time
it's in our
to watch
Discord.
Yep.
Down in the description.
I guess you should get on the Discord, sons of bitches. Just mean to them for no reason.
Fuck you. Get in the Discord. Cut to a commercial. The Whopper.
Thing is how we're ahead of it already. There was a Nintendo Direct today, the day that we're recording this on February 8th. That's right.
Like to put in my letter of resignation.
Nah, you signed a lifetime contract, sir.
That is true. Shit.
Yes, you have to take that up with the devil. All right. Has your soul from the show.
Our podcast is just Cuphead.
Exactly.
My mug man. I think I'm mug man in this situation between you and I, right?
Listen, we're one of the motherfuckers with cup for heads. Who one of them shoots out their fingers?
Yeah, I know. That's why I said it. My mug man.
What I'm saying is, it doesn't matter. You could be whichever one.
I was. If you had to say who you were from the Cuphead show, personality wise, who were you more so, Cuphead or Mugman?
I guess I am Cuphead.
I'm Mugman 100%. I know this. Plus the blue shorts, cause
I'm the one like, come on, Muggsy, we got this shit. My favorite episode.
I don't know, Cuphead.
Come on,
You.
bitch.
what is the voice again? It's like,
Very high pitched, like this right here.
Yeah.
Listen here, Muggsy.
Come on. I feel like that's 90% of Cuphead's lines. Just come on.
Come on there, Cuphead. Cuphead.
now I just sound like I'm dying. Speaking of dying, Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
Yes.
9 minutes of gameplay after they announced the pushback. You already heard Ant say it has the golden goose ticket item of every video game, the grappling hook, and a couple other really cool combat features that you're showing, and different enemies now too.
The double lightsaber throwing shit.
Yeah, looks very fucking cool. Still Dark Soulsy, and roll around on the ground when people attack you bullshit. But that's cool. You can use the Force a little bit more. I don't know how to explain this. Like, it looks like he's mastered the Force a little bit better.
Yeah.
Like, you could just like pick up a rock and just throw it at someone really quick, almost like Force Unleashed, those games where it was just like button mashy. Obviously it's not, but it feels like it has like some of those button mashy elements that you can like master, which is nice.
Yeah.
Binoculars through BD1, that was something that happened that was pretty cool. That's about all I
You
have
could
to
like
say.
slow down time for a couple seconds.
True. Shit, I forgot about that part. Also, the droids in it. I'm really interested in the story of this game because we haven't seen the ship at all, like from the first game.
Mhm.
We saw what's her name, bug-eyed lady, one who's like
Oh yeah.
staring into your soul whenever you fucking talk to her. But we didn't see the pilot or the woman from Dathomir that joins the ship, which I don't believe you know about because we didn't get that far in our gameplay. Our save file is gone.
Oh yeah, that shit's in New York.
New York. Okay, I'll pick it up while I'm there on the 25th.
Oh my God, can you imagine?
No.
This is for after the show. Let's not talk about this.
Cut to a commercial break.
Mm-hmm.
Whopper, Junior Whopper, Bacon Whopper.
Timmy, get your fucking ass out of the well. Come on.
What is this next thing? 'Cause I have no idea.
Resident Evil Death Island. I did not watch this. I sent it to the chat and didn't watch it.
I'm watching it really quick.
Me too. I'm gonna look at it right now.
It's only 30 seconds. I guess it's a movie
I guess.
or a show.
3D
or
animated. Is that Leon?
brand new CG animated film. Where did it say? Summer 2023. Hey, it looks okay, I guess. I'm not a huge fan.
You got
of these
swimming
type of
zombies
movies.
in this shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's
Not for
definitely on.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
CGI
that's a
movie.
thing. Next up, what do we got? Shit, I think this is you.
Next up is me, and it is The Last of Us Part 3 development is said to be in progress, unquote,
Yes.
and is targeting PlayStation 6. It is a rumor, and I let that circulate for a while before I sent it to the Discord because you kind of like, you want to be sure. I don't want to just send a rumor, but more notable people started saying it, and that's like the fourth time I saw it. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna send this now.
I am very much in agreement with the screenshot that you took of this tweet. The reply down below of it.
Yeah, I kept that in there on purpose.
From Mr. Clutch. I don't mind that at all if true. For now, I want new IP after new factions online multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
I agree entirely. I think it's definitely time for another PlayStation, franchise and like IP to come out. Just because you lost Uncharted, obviously. And we don't really have anything else besides God of War. We just finished that. Horizon, we're waiting for the next game, and it's not going to come out for another probably 2 years, I would say.
The DLC is coming this year, and then the TV show. So
yeah,
if they don't have to probably make another game for like at least 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, but there definitely is another game coming. So get ready. But yeah, I could see them coming out with some new IP. That'd be dope. Either that or just like bring back old IP, but do new stories. Infamous, Titanfall. I know they're not IPs of directly PlayStation, but buy them, Sony.
Make another Jack and Daxter. I'd play that as long as it's good.
That would be cool. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think the last thing that we have to talk about is the Nintendo event.
All right. I just sent it to the our chat.
All right.
To all the stuff.
And before we get into that, I need to take a little bathroom break. So here is a word from a rock with googly eyes.
Yes, my favorite guy.
Nintendo.
Nintendo. Slam.
Disappointment.
Yeah.
Disappointment. From the red brand. The blue brand is doing great.
Nintendo
Green is fine.
So weird because I guess it's a disappointment for someone out there. This was a home fucking run. That's the difference between I feel like Nintendo and everybody else, because it's unanimous when PlayStation has an amazing event, right?
Yeah.
Even sometimes Xbox, but Nintendo is is this going to be a Nintendo Direct for me? Or is this going to be a Nintendo Direct for the younger Nintendo fans? Or you know what I mean?
I feel and this is going to be a very open statement. I don't think that Nintendo does directs well when it's just a bunch of stuff. Whenever there's been a Nintendo Direct and it's so much stuff in it that's not a specific game that we're talking about, it's not a Breath of the Wild or a Tears of the Kingdom now, direct focused on that. I think they always end up sucking, and I hate them. And I feel like it's a slog. There's games that are just in the middle that I feel like if they don't put in there, they're going to get sued or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you really decided to do this? What the fuck? For some of them.
I get what you mean.
But that's just me. I feel like Nintendo does not know what they're doing after, because they have no idea.
Nintendo is very out of... It's hard to say, because I want to say they're out of touch. But at the same time, are they out of touch or are they just doing what they want?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think they're doing what they want, and they're doing what they want because they've seen positive effects from it, but they're not, which is weird to me. Because at the end of the day, everyone's gonna buy a Nintendo game no matter what. People are buying shit for the Switch all the time, so they could have a shitty Direct, but guess what? Karen is still going to Walmart and buying her fucking kid the new Pokemon game. So
yeah,
it's not gonna affect anything except for us nerdy idiots that are in the chat this is a fucking L stream, yo. That's it.
Nintendo doesn't give a fuck. They're whatever, guy. You're not seeing this roll of cash that's coming in the door.
Whatever, Chet from Michigan.
Right. Whatever Nintendo fan from 91. We don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah, let's just run this event down. Talk about top to bottom. We can say what we want to skip, and then we'll skip over it.
Well, the thing I like about this list that I put up specifically is that all the heavy stuff, the stuff that we want to talk about, is big at the top, and then the bottom is just a list of everything else. It literally says everything else above it.
Alrighty. Do we want to start with the everything else? So just rattle it off real quick and then do
that's fine.
The bigs?
The everything else section, as listed by digitaltrends.com in reference to the Nintendo Direct of February 8th, goes as follows. Xenoblade Chronicles 3's next DLC will feature party member Masha and more on February 15th. Sega announced Samba de Amigo Party Central. It will be released this summer. Fashion Dreamer was announced, the game we can't wait to play.
That game, announced. I'm going to take a pause. That looks so fucking stupid.
It looks like a phone game.
Not only does it look like a phone game, it literally just looks like your create a character menu from any game. But that's it.
But that's the game.
That's the game. And then they try to make it seem like there's more, but there's not at all. And I'm like, I was brain dead during that part. Sorry. Continue.
All good. Dead Cells Return to Castlevania got a March 6th release date. I'm excited for that. That's next month. Bithell Games is Tron Identity got an April release window. Tron game that looked stupid. Ghost Trick Phantom Detective comes to Nintendo Switch this summer. Ghost Trick sounds like a spooky thought.
That's what happened in the Ghostbusters movie. Remember where the belt comes undone?
Yes, there you go. That is a Ghost Trick right there. Investigation focused RPG Deca Police was announced by Level 5 with a 2023 release window. Bayonetta
I like the look of that one.
Yeah, the look was pretty good.
Yeah.
Bayonetta Origins, Kariza and the Lost Demons segment provided an overview of its gameplay. Oh, all right. In the Lost Demon. That's the name of it. Kariza and the Lost Demon, a segment provided overview of gameplay. Okay. Disney Illusion Island got a gameplay overview in July 28th release date. We learned that
was the 4-player co-op one, right?
Yeah, that looked like fun if we like us playing it.
It reminded me heavily of when we were playing all the games that you got ROMs of on your Steam Deck, and we played like those Tiny Toons games, like those old action platformers, just with like updated ish animation. Like it still looks jank as fuck.
It looks like the last Rayman
updated. Kind of, yeah, that's true.
What else? We learned that Fire Emblem Engage expansion passes DLC Wave 2, damn, that was a long description, will feature classic characters Hector, Soren, and Camilla. Wave 3 will include Chrom and Robin and Veronica. Wave 4 will introduce new story content titled Fel Xenologue. So all you Fire Emblem dudes, you got some shit coming. Uniguff.
At Uniguff, only person.
Harmony: The Fall of Reviri was announced with a June release window. Octopath Traveler 2 gets a demo today. I have to go get that. We Love Katamari Reroll was announced by Bandai Namco Entertainment and will be released on June 2nd. Katamari Damacy Reroll now has a free trial for the Nintendo Switch Online members. Sea of Stars got an August 26th release date and a demo releasing today. I'm going to download that right after we're done. I've been waiting for that. Omega Strikers was announced. What was that? Was that like air hockey looking game?
Yeah, it was like air hockey, and it was so funny to me that you couldn't tell what was happening in the gameplay, so then they did instant replays where they shaded everything that wasn't the action they wanted you to hear about.
Yeah, okay, yes. Yeah.
I was like, guys, just zoom in the camera for when that's happening the first time. You don't need to slow-mo. Only look at this circle, like some bullshit TikTok where you'll see the thumbnail and it's just a circle on something. I was like, bruh, what the fuck?
Know what they're doing.
Oh, yeah.
Etrian Odyssey Origins Collections was announced with a June 1st release date. Each game included will also be available separately on that day. Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe will feature a new Megalore epilogue. The game is also getting a demo today. I will give them that. There's a lot of like demos just dropping all over the place. Master Detective Archives Rain Code launches on June 30th. Monolith Soft's RPG Baton Kaitos, Eternal Wings in the Lost Ocean, and Baton Kaitos Origins are getting remastered for Nintendo Switch this summer. I I don't know what those are, but if you love those games, sorry I butchered all that. Fantasy Life, The Girl Who Steals Time was announced and will be released later this year. Professor Layton and the New World of Steam was revealed. A new Yoshi's Island course and a playable character named Birdo. We don't know who Birdo is.
I was going to say, what the fuck?
Right, just a Birdo. Are part of Wave 4 of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's Booster Course Pass. Just make 9, yo.
Yeah.
A sizzle reel highlighted Minecraft Legends Blanc.
Comes out on my birthday.
Which one?
Minecraft Legends.
Minecraft Legends. Blanc, Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection, Have a Nice Death. I was like, that's not already on Switch?
They've been showing it for half a year that it's coming to Switch, and it's been out for a year.
Yeah, anyway. WBSC Baseball Power Pros, Disney Dreamlight Valley. That was another one. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
But no, that's on Switch because Adrian has that on her Switch.
It might be like a new season or something.
Oh, okay.
Like they were adding some stuff that wasn't there before because they were highlighting Lion King a lot. I don't know if they're in the game.
Were. I guess they're not in it.
You got to get Adrian to come back with that info for the next news session if there's Lion King in the game or not already.
Disney Dreamlight Valley segment.
Hell yeah.
Oh, and Tales of Symphonia Remastered. Yeah. That is it for the everything else section, and now for the heavy hitters, the important things that were announced.
One thing I want to say, Blanc should be in heavy hitters because it looks phenomenal.
That's another game. When I saw that, I was just like, oh yeah, that's not out yet.
Yeah, it's not out yet, but I'm so excited for that game. Like, I'm gonna fucking no life that shit more than I did Stray, and I didn't beat Stray still.
So you had a life with Stray.
Yeah, I literally just like ran around for I think like an hour the last time I played, not knowing what to do. And I was like, okay, cool, we're going back to Fortnite and Overwatch because fuck this shit. But first off that they showed in the stream was Pikmin 4, and a new character / vehicle / tool to your repertoire of using Pikmin is a tiny space dog. It was very cute. I want a plushie of it now.
Now with Ice Pikmin and a small space dog named Oachi that you can ride.
So that's cool. I've never played a Pikmin in my life.
Same.
I don't see the appeal of Pikmin. That's just me personally. I don't think that they're like cute like the Pikmin themselves. Like I don't see that at all. But that dog was cute as fuck. So yeah, July 21st. Coming soon to a Switch near you.
Boom.
Next up,
Splatoon 3's expansion pack brings us back to Inkopolis. Splatoon 3's expansion pass will reintroduce Inkopolis in its first wave of content this spring. Callie and Mari will perform there during Splatfest. We also get a teaser for a new story set in an area that seems devoid of any color, titled Side Order. So,
all right.
Yeah, that's a coming for you Splatoon heads out there.
Yeah. That second portion was like very dramatic, and I was like looking at chat to see if there was some sort of like recognition of what it was, because it seemed like it was dramatic for a reason. That makes sense.
We're supposed to know like something was making a return or something.
Yeah. And I was like looking at, and there was nothing. Like I couldn't tell. Nobody was like freaking out or like L or even like it was just like fucking random bullshit. But after that, Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp is finally coming out in April. We got an April 21st release date. I believe this was delayed. Yeah, it says it right there, actually. After an indefinite delay following Russia's invasion of the Ukraine, which is still going on. Insane. They are finally releasing the game. I know there's a couple people in the Discord that are excited for it, and they're a big fan of these types of tactic games. I like the animation so much that they showed, but like the gameplay, I just know it's not for me. I am happy for the people that like it, but for me, I'm out.
Got you.
But next up, something we were excited for until we realized something.
Nintendo Switch Online is getting Game Boy and GBA games. Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games are coming to Nintendo Switch Online. The base versions of the service will include Game Boy games, which supports Visual Game Boy, Game Boy Pocket, and Game Boy Color filters. The launch lineup
was cool.
Yeah. The launch lineup includes Tetris, Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins, the best original Game Boy game to me personally. The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening DX, Gargoyle's Quest, Game & Watch Gallery 3, Alone in the Dark, The New Nightmare, Metroid 2, Return to Samus, Wario Land 3, and Kirby's Dream Land. Which one? Alone in the Dark, The New Nightmare is such a random one in the middle of all those Super Nintendo, like all these Nintendo games.
Yeah.
Nintendo also teased that The Legend of Zelda: Oracle of Ages and Seasons, the Pokemon trading card game, and Kirby Tilt and Tumble would come to the service in the future. Meanwhile, expansion pass members will get GBA games, including Super Mario Bros. 3, WarioWare Inc., Mega Micro Games, Kuruden, Mario Kart Super Circuit, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, The Legend of Zelda, The Minish Cap. In the future, GBA games like Metroid Fusion, Kirby and the Amazing Mirror, Fire Emblem, F-Zero Maximum Velocity, and Golden Sun will be added. So
really cool.
Super amazing. Was very,
awesome.
very, very excited. And then I realized I have a Steam Deck.
Yeah. I literally was so excited for about an hour after the actual event. And then I looked over to my left, saw my Steam Deck, and I'm like, you know that fucking clip of the one little white kid? He's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Like turns to the camera. That was me in my brain. And I was like,
have all these.
Oh, I could have these in a millisecond and play them right now for free.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, I'm pretty sure I have the expansion pass version of online.
You do.
So I'm like, I'm gonna cancel that real quick, I think. So
save yourself some money.
Yeah, like it's one of those things where like I have it if I use it, and I do use it sometimes, but like I don't touch my Switch enough with the Steam Deck that exists in a better state.
Yeah.
So that being said, go buy a Steam Deck if you'd like to play old games. After the Game Boy stuff, we also got Metroid Prime Remastered that is out today. During the Direct, Nintendo announced Metroid Prime Remastered for the Nintendo Switch. This is an enhanced version of the GameCube game and now supports HD visuals on dual-stick controls. Metroid Prime Remastered launches later today, with a physical version out February 22nd. So, that's a thing. It looked cool. I've never seen it before, but...
Metroid Prime was a good time, man. That was a good time.
Listen, looked fun. Definitely without
Metroid.
2 sticks, it does not sound fun, but, you know, now that it has 2 sticks.
Back then. Yeah.
All right. Big boy.
The major announcement of the show, which was not really an announcement. Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom looks fantastic, costs $70. As expected, we got a lengthy look at The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom during this Nintendo Direct, as well as a better idea of what this game really is. We see Hyrule under siege and Link fighting many enemies across its open world. We then see Link free-falling through the air, grinding on rails, of course, and driving various vehicles. That big-ass green car thing was hilarious. On top of all that, Nintendo reaffirmed that the game will still release on May 12th. A collector's edition and the new Link amiibo will also be available on the same day. This will be the first Nintendo Switch first-party game that costs $70. That confused me a little bit. Like, why is it $70? I mean, I know they probably like we can definitely get people for $70 because it's Zelda.
How much is a PS5 game?
Nah, because this isn't.
How much is a PS5 game?
$70. But like,
where can you play Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom besides the Nintendo Switch, Ant?
I mean,
they're smart.
Jump through some hoops.
I might be doing that.
You can play it somewhere else.
True. But no, that is the most dickish move I've seen from Nintendo. The fact that they didn't release a Switch 2 or a Switch, like what we were calling it before, Pro. Yeah, they gave us the stupid OLED one, which wasn't hardly an update besides the screen. Yeah, it has a little bit better features, but it's not a pro version of it. And they still have the audacity to say, oh yeah, next gen titles are $70 for the PS5 that can run amazing things. Our games are too. Like,
I think they know that this is the only game they could probably get away with that shit with. Well, they're going to get away with it regardless. They're going
to switch. I think this is not the first game and the last game. I think this is the first game of many to be $70.
I agree with you. I'm saying, like, starting with this one is the way they know they can start with this one.
Yeah, but I don't.
If there was another, if they put out a new console and then was like $70, I'm like, all right, well, that's where
I'd be fine with that. But now, think about this real quick. It's Nintendo. 2 years from now, maybe one, hopefully, Switch Pro is announced. Holy shit! Everyone's freaking out.
This is gonna be Switch 2. I think
or Switch 2
Pro.
Either of those two. Either way, it's an upgraded version of the Switch. Everyone's freaking out. It's amazing. Games are $80 now.
Oh no! If they
that's what will happen. It's 100% because what's going to happen when PS6 comes out? Games are going to be $80.
Well, I don't know, because games were $60 for more than one generation.
Listen, they can get away with everything. Inflation.
Games have been $60 since 360 and PS3.
True. But gas has been $4 for fucking a year plus now when it wasn't before. And it happened like that. So here's the thing. If there were going to be a company to do it, it'd be Nintendo.
I don't think so, though. Because Nintendo...
Really?
Because for a while, Nintendo was the only one not increasing the price. Until they were put into a position where they had to. Like, I remember when GBA games and Game Boy games would come out and they'd be $30. I remember when,
I remember when.
I remember PS2 games, not PS2, the PS3 and Xbox when they were like $60. Nintendo stuff was still $49.99.
And now they got the gall to do this bullshit.
I think once like Wii U, like that's when they was like, all right, we'll join everybody else on the price. I remember getting
I just don't feel comfortable spending $70. I can't spend $70 on a Nintendo Switch game. I'm sorry. Like, you can't tell me that Spider-Man 2 is going to be equivalent to the breath of this game. By no means.
In what way?
Quality.
All right, well, Spider-Man 2, yes, that's a super next-gen PS5.
Yeah, that's the problem. Here's the thing. You can have all the content in the world. You can have this big open fucking world and all this shit that you can do in it, and I don't give a fuck about the graphics. That has nothing to do with it because it's a graphical style for them, I would say, more so than it looks shitty on purpose, But, like, those two, I can't, in my mind, in my ethical space, spend $70 on Spider-Man 2 with how gorgeous it is, with voice acting for every character.
Was voice acting in that trailer, not
for every character, because not every single one of the people in the world talk. They don't talk either, and then the little fucking tree stumps don't talk. You got to read all that bullshit. I don't give a fuck that I have to read, but like, fully voice cast. Every person on New York Street says something to you that's different 90% of the time.
What if Tears of the Kingdom comes out and you get Link and it's a me, Link, and he starts just... What if he really has a complete voice for the whole
Here's
thing?
The thing. I wouldn't care. I feel like a lot of people would be pissed off if that happened, though.
I think they've worked themselves into a space with Zelda where at this point, if a Link were to speak, people would be mad. Like, no, he doesn't talk. Everyone else can talk.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. He's got to speak at some point. And we
Does
kind
he?
of talked about that. Yeah, I think so. There's a point where it's like, it's all over in my mind, you know?
I do feel like if they come out with that rumored Zelda movie that's coming out, and he talks in it, it's going to be pretty hard to have another game after that one where he's just
Exactly.
again.
So I think they need to end Zelda. I know that sounds stupid,
That's
but like
crazy.
I think that Legend of Zelda should end at some point. Like it should be a franchise that can just live on, you know, what it's done already.
Nah, Nintendo would never do it.
I know they wouldn't, but I'm saying like in a perfect world. I think that it's like we don't need anything else after like this one, and then like a third in this series. Like this would be like the trilogy, and then obviously, you know, in like 40 years when we're both dead and gone, and there's 80 consoles that have been out since then. 40 years is probably not mathematically the correct amount of that distance.
40 years, I'm 76.
I don't want to do math. Just see how much that would be for me.
Well, you're 9 years younger than me, so you'd be 67? Yeah, you'd like Robert De Niro. Exactly.
Talking to me, fucker?
You still playing that Zelda shit? What are you
Still
doing?
playing fucking Zelda? It's all about Sonic. Sonic's the best fucking character.
Nah, you're gonna be sitting there playing Overwatch 12.
You should see my Sonic original character back in the day. It was crazy on Newgrounds.
He was fucking Tails. It was awesome.
I look like Tails, but guess what? I had guns too. I had the guns of Shadow. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. I don't know. Dale. To the rest of the podcast, and just like a random voice just keeps changing to like Pooh Bear for a little bit and just do this, and then I'm just gonna speak. Zelda should end.
I don't know who you are anymore.
I'm Pooh Bear.
No, I know you're Pooh Bear now, but I just don't know. Chris is lost in there somewhere now.
It's all the weed. The voices are coming out.
That sounds like the Winnie the Pooh. Like they have a what's it called when you have all your people call you to a place to have an intervention? It's a Winnie the Pooh intervention. It's the weed. All the voices.
Hi, my name is Pooh Bear, and I have a honey addiction. Hi, Pooh Bear. I'm just doing the intervention with the voices in my head.
Well, there's nothing wrong with honey. Like, there's weed in it. There's weed in the honey.
It's all THC. It's been THC.
Do you really think this is my actual voice? I've just been high for decades.
You wouldn't believe what I used to sound like back in the day. It's crazy. Here's a flashback to what I sounded like back in the day.
Hello, I am Pooh Bear.
Like, Pooh Bear, how do you have an echo in the woods? There's trees. Like, how the fuck are you doing that?
I'm projecting.
Greatest episode ever. The fact that the voice is still on.
My bad. I'm back. It's me again, I swear. We won't slip into another one. Maybe we will. I don't fucking know. But what are your thoughts on Legend of Zelda, Ant, huh?
I can't wait. You already know what my thoughts are.
All right. You get the collector's edition.
No.
Okay.
It's like $130, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, I don't need any of that. I'm probably just gonna go on my Switch, buy it digitally, and just call it a day.
Gotcha. I like the art book. The art books are always something that I'm a big fan of having. That's like the one where I'm like, if that's an option, maybe I'll go for the collector's edition. But for me, Zelda's never been my bag. So, but yeah, overall, that Switch Direct, Nintendo Direct rather, was very average, I would have to say.
A lot less farming though.
lot less farming. Technically, you're farming in Pikmin for Pikmin, so there's technically that. But I think that Switch, or I keep saying Switch, Nintendo needs to make a better, like, big direct that's like with a lot of games, because these tend to fall short for me a lot of the time. Even with I'm not excited obviously for Breath of the Wild 2 Tears of the Kingdom. I'm gonna call it Breath of the Wild 2 forever. But I can see why that is hype, and I could objectively be like, that's cool. But at the same time, nothing else in this show was of any value in my mind. Like, as like a big, like, you needed to see this event live. Like, you could have just posted all those trailers at the same time and I would have been fine with it. Like, that would have been like, let's not make a big event out of it. Just fucking post the trailers, because like, you're just disappointing people in chat, as opposed to if you just like put the trailers out, the people who like those things will find the thing, and then that's it. That's all you need to do, in my mind, at least. But yeah, that's just me on THC.
Deedly dee.
Diddly dee.
That's just me on THC. I came to see it's too late. No, my brain isn't working quick enough.
No, I feel that entirely. It is a little bit late, and you probably should not edit this podcast tonight. But thank you for getting to the end of this podcast. This is the news for about past 2 weeks or so. Next week it'll always be together with the main pod. Maybe it might be a good idea for like big events like E3 and the Game Awards or something like that to do the 2-episode format. Yeah, like that might work out better when those come back around, like Summer Games Fest and shit. But yeah, make sure to always check out our social media. Save letter B number 4 quitting over on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. We didn't do this at the beginning.
We didn't, but we did it in part 1. So
there's that. Go to our email, savebeforequitting@gmail.com, where you can send us messages, questions, sponsorships, insults, good deals you found on, I don't know, what's eggs.
Yeah, everybody needs eggs right now. So yeah, if you guys think good deals on eggs, I got an egg site you trust. Throw that our way.
Egg site. Sounds exciting. You went past tense, I went present. That's crazy. You covered all bases. And then also go to our website, savebeforequitting fully spelled out at savebeforequitting fully spelled out.com.
I see what you did. Okay.
I goofed.
You did. It's fine.
Of course. Check it out, because you can get that hat that Ant is wearing right now.
That Ant is wearing.
Yeah, hat she's awesome.
You just had a stroke, I see.
The hat that Ant is wearing right now. You can pick that up yourself. It's a great hat. It's comfortable. And there's a bunch of other options as well too. So you can go check those out. And then, as always, patreon.com/save letter B number 4 quitting, where you get 2 extra podcasts a month of us just being goofy guys, talking about stuff.
That's our favorite subject, stuff.
Yeah, just random bullshit and just riffing. We still have to record the first one for this month, but we just put up 4 for last month, so that means you got hella content to go check out. So yeah, go do that.
Please go do that,
and we'll see you. Do we do the thing? Or do we do because we did the thing already? We doubled another first edition of SB4Q News, where you're thinking about making this a thing. But for now, good show, riveting stuff, amazing. Fortnite. See, it's gaming related, technically. And this is a relic of the past. It's a strategy guide. This is just the internet now. I look like a hipster version of the Book of Mormon. Like, I'm in my hoodie and I'm like, have you heard of Jesus? Or some shit. I don't know. Is that how it goes? It's how it goes now. And that's the way the news goes. Explosions. Fuck yeah. All right. I'm going to stop recording now then.
And that's the way